All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be opening up these Topps 2024 Series 2 baseball cards. You see Juan Soto there on the cover. There are 59 of these cards. Hopefully we get some big ones, some good ones here. We're going to start with Josh Bell. Josh Bell. Switch hitting first baseman from the Marlins. We know him. He's actually since joined the Diamondbacks this year after being, I believe he was traded. But yeah, Bell is a solid player. Got Max Scherzer, of course, future Hall of Famer there. So two pretty solid players, Hall of Famer and a very consistent veteran in Josh Bell. Hits the ball hard. I actually saw him earlier this year play against the Royals at Kauffman Stadium. Blake Rutherford, a rookie from the Nationals, got into 16 games last year for them. There you see him wearing their City Connect uniforms. Chase Silseth, pitcher for the Angels. Gavin Lux, familiar with him as a Giants fan. He was top prospect for the Dodgers. Missed all of last year. He's had a pretty good bounce back year for the Dodgers considering all their injuries. He stayed healthy for most of this year after coming off that gruesome, I think it was an ACL injury. Let's see if it says it on the back of his card. Notice that he was injured. Does not give the injury. Oh yeah, knee injury he suffered. So I believe it was an ACL. Ryan Pepio, former Dodger. I remember him. He was actually part of that trade that landed them Tyler Glasnow. We got some solid guys so far. A couple solid young players, solid vet, and then a Hall of Famer in Max Scherzer. Jordan Diaz, Oakland A's second baseman, Oakland A's infielder. Familiar with him? Love those A's Kelly Green uniforms, one of my favorites. Nolan Gorman says, this is a nice card. It's a Future Stars card. See that bright, illuminating, rainbow-esque top there. Nolan Gorman. We've got a Cub here, Miles Mastrobuoni. Outfielder, Miles Mastrobuoni. Osvaldo Cabrera, Yankees outfielder. He's been a nice contributor for them this year when he's played. You see Cabrera right there. Brian Bayo, another future star card here. And yes, he actually was so good this year for the Red Sox that they signed him to an extension in the middle of the season. So Bayo's a solid piece of their future. We got a nice superstar greeting. AL Sluggers link up. It's Bobby Witt Jr. and Mike Trout. Some say Mike Trout or Bobby Witt Jr. is the Mike Trout, not of this generation. I wouldn't go that far yet, but he's having a similar season to Mike Trout's 2012 rookie campaign. Of course, you know Bobby Witt's not a rookie, but he's still a very young player, where Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown and kind of blew him out of the water. Mike Trout, kind of how Aaron Judge is not blowing Bobby Witt out of the water, but it's going to be very hard for Bobby Witt Jr. to win MVP, but it's closer than you think. I believe that race is closer than you think. Oh, this one puts a smile on my face. This is Bailey Bath. After a 10th inning walk-off home run, Patrick Bailey gets a post-game bath by his teammates. Mark Mathias and Elliot Ramos are in this picture. Rare pull, Mark Mathias, to know him. I actually went to high school in the same city. He went to high school in my hometown as well, Fremont, California. He was a senior when I was a freshman. But there's Patrick Bailey, the star of this photo. Love that guy. Elite pitch framer. Giants, if you're a Giants fan watching this, you know he's on the IL right now. And if you're Patrick Bailey, you just want to see him, find a full season's worth of good play because he's tailed off 2 years in a row with the bat. Herman Marquez, another solid veteran to go with some of the ones we got earlier. Good pitcher for the Rockies. Never a tough never an easy place to pitch is Colorado, but Marquez has held his own there, and he came back earlier this year. It was nice to see him come back after missing most of last season. Yu Darvish. Everybody knows who that is. Everybody watching this video knows who Yu Darvish is. That's a nice pull. Yeah, he's been pitching since 2012, of course, with the Rangers. Then went to the Dodgers, Cubs, and currently on the Padres. Garrett Stubbs. Just the other day, I was watching him play the Royals, and he had a 4-hit game. Backup catcher for the Phillies. That was probably one of the better games of his career. Sean Bouchard. Good defensive player for the Rockies, if I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen much of him this year. I know he's played a couple games when I've watched him play against the Giants, but I don't remember what his strength was. Marcus Stroman, we all know this guy. One of the more flamboyant players in this era. Sinker baller. First year at the Yankees, so it's nice to get a Marcus Stroman Yankees card. Anytime you can get that. Edmundo Sosa, utility player for the Phillies, has massive wheels, can run, good utility guy. Josh Hader, first year with the Astros, we got a horizontal Josh Hader card, the left-handed fireballer for Houston. One of the better closers in recent memory in baseball. Andre Lipcius. Not very familiar with the Tigers. Correct me if that's how you pronounce his name. Andre Lipcius. He's played in 13. He played in 13 games last year. This is technically his rookie card for the second baseman of the Tigers. Got Alex Cobb in a Giants uniform. He's wearing a City Connect Giants uniform. This might have been the game last year in 2023 where he came 1 out away from throwing a no-hitter against the Reds. A solid Giant in 2022-2023, did not pitch for them this year and was traded to the Guardians at the trade deadline. I think he's back on the IL. Pitched a couple games for them. Reese McGuire, he's since been DFA'd by the Red Sox. Had that incident with the Rockies earlier this year. McGuire has had some controversy in the past. Let you look that up if you want. Cody Bellinger in the Chicago Cubs Wrigleyville City Connects, excuse me. Bellinger, of course, former MVP with the Dodgers, solid hitter, mostly a first baseman for the Cubs now. Played center field in his time with the Dodgers. This is another special one for me. Oakland Athletics. I grew up in the Bay Area. You've seen some of my videos by now, hopefully, about my best players to play for both the Oakland A's and San Francisco Giants. This is for the 2023 team, so the second to last team to ever play in Oakland. Of course, we're witnessing the last team to play in Oakland. There's Estuary Ruiz hitting a walk-off. That's awesome. James McCann, veteran catcher, backup currently for the Orioles. Tough guy, and I remember, I think he was hit in the face with a pitch earlier this year and still played the entire game. Pablo Lopez, Twins ace. Pablo Lopez, great changeup. Was part of that trade for Luis Ariz from Miami. Jake Irvin, solid young pitcher for the Washington Nationals. I've seen him pitch a couple times against the Giants. Arizona Diamondbacks, this is them winning the National League last year. Them winning the National League Championship. I believe that's a picture of them. Of course, they were the National League champions last year. So that's a nice card to get, a team card for the National League champions. Kevin Ginkel, who was part of that team, Diamondbacks relief pitcher. Kevin Ginkel. Solid guy. He's played, this is now his 6th season for Arizona. Miguel Rojas, former Dodger, back on the Dodgers now. great defensive player, can hit occasionally. Taylor Walls, Rays shortstop, good defensive player as well. JP Martinez. This looks like it was taken at Oracle Park, but of course he's on the Atlanta Braves in this picture. Outfielder, this is his rookie card. JP Martinez. Carlos Estevez. He's since been traded from the Angels to the Phillies to help the back end of their bullpen. See his horizontal card. He's been a really serviceable reliever throughout his career. Especially, especially if a team like the Phillies, who's going for the World Series this year, added him in the bullpen and immediately put him in to a situation that he's in now. So, in their bullpen. We have Daniel Lynch. Kansas City Royals lefty. Hasn't quite reached his potential. Seen flashes, but he struggled. Yusei Kikuchi, member of the Blue Jays here. He was traded at the deadline this year to the Astros. Been a good left-handed pitcher throughout his career with Seattle, Toronto, and now Houston. John Schreiber in a Red Sox uniform. He was actually traded to the Royals before the season started, so these cards must have been made a little bit before the season started. Good reliever, John Schreiber. James MacArthur, speaking of the Royals, this is his rookie card. He was their closer earlier this year. That's since gone to Lucas Erceg, since the A's traded him to the Royals. MacArthur throws hard, can still be a key member of the Royals bullpen. Luis Severino's had a career revival on the other side of New York. I don't know, actually, New York's geography as well as I would know other geographies, but I know they play in Queens or Flushing. But he was in the Bronx for years with the Yankees. We're actually looking at his card. From 15 to 23, he missed the 2020 season. He was hurt for that COVID year and actually didn't pitch and pitched a combined 7 games in 2019 and 2021. But he's definitely revived his career this year with the Mets. I know that. I've seen him pitch a lot more and be more effective. This might be kind of a cursed card. Tim Anderson, never been the same since that fight with Jose Ramirez. And actually was DFA'd by the Marlins earlier this year, but there he is in a Marlins uniform. So that's what's weird is why was that Schreiber one still on the Red Sox? But Anderson, this is that looks like an in-season card because I know Anderson joined the Marlins this year. That's weird. Anyway, not going to worry about that because another amazing pull. The San Francisco Giants, my favorite team. The fact that I got them and the A's in the same one is awesome. Would have liked this to have them to have a better record last year than 79-83, but it's the 2023 Giants. You see Yaz getting celebrated after hitting a walk-off. Veteran catcher Yan Gomes in a Cubs uniform. Of course, he was better known for his time in Cleveland. Solid catcher playing against the Cubs in that memorable 2016 World Series, but there he is hugging Adbert Alzolay, the pitcher for the Cubs. DJ LeMahieu has not had a great season for the Yankees, but I know I'm not even looking at the back of his card, but I can tell you this: I'm pretty sure he's won at least one Silver Slugger or batting title in that with the Rockies. Let's look. And he came very close to winning MVP in 2020 for the Yankees, if I remember correctly. And the back of his card says he led the league in OPS that year in 50 games in that shortened season. He did win a batting title in 2016 for the Rockies. It feels like the Rockies have sucked forever, but let's not forget, 2015 to 2018, they were actually a pretty solid team. I know at least that I remember vividly in my head that 2017 wild card game against the Diamondbacks was insane. Mayhew was a big part of that team. Speaking of the Rockies, and it says it, I thought it myself, but I saw the top here, future star. Ezekiel Tovar is a solid player. If you don't watch the Rockies much, which I don't expect you to, and I don't really that much, except when they play the Giants, Ezekiel Tovar is a solid hitter, good defender. I expect him to be an all-star at least once in his career. Romy Gonzalez for the White Sox. Romy Gonzalez. Matt Strahm, former Royal. Sure, we've all seen that Nicolas Cage meme of his face photoshopped, or Nicolas Cage's face photoshopped on him. But Strahm has been a productive reliever for the Phillies. I remember him coming up with the Royals, and then it says here he was, well, it doesn't says here, I recalled from memory, but now that I'm looking at the card, he played for the Padres. What I was trying to recall is who they traded him for. I can't think at the top of my head. This is all in one take, guys. I know I'm not a YouTube pro, but I don't remember. If you could leave in the comments, who did they trade him for? Who did the Royals get back from the Padres? Was it Edward Olivares, maybe, or was that too early? I know they've made several trades with them. I know they've traded Tim Hill to the Padres and stuff. Matthew Liberatore, good lefty from the Cardinals. Seen him before pitch. He's spent parts of 2 seasons with them, 2022, 23, and of course this year. Gabriel Arias for the Guardians, Cleveland. Infielder. This is the Stars of the MLB card for Nolan Arenado. Another good Rocky. Great Rocky, one of the greatest in their franchise in this course, and of course has spent now several years with the Cardinals. Dustin May. I've gotten a Dustin May card in the past. I think it was actually a rookie card a couple years ago. Just unfortunate happenings in his career have not allowed him to pitch. First it was his arm, and now some sort of freak-like throat injury. Forget exactly what's wrong with him, but well, speaking of the Rockies, they're the Rockies team card. 59 and 103 last year, but it looks nice. See that chromatic effect? And yeah, that's like my 4th or 5th team card. Well, here's a special one to have. 2023 Aaron Judge, although this 2024 card after this year, at the time of me recording this video, I think he has 51 home runs as we enter late August. That is awesome. Retro throwback look, Aaron Judge. Stars of MLB, Jose Ramirez, J-Ram, has led the Guardians to a first place standing for most of this season in the American League Central. They're fighting off the Royals and Twins right now. Carlos Correa was almost, let me get my finger out of the way, almost a member of the Giants, and then the Mets, but then ended up going back to the Twins after physical concerns with both teams. Jason Dominguez, if you're a Yankees fan, you're loving the last couple cards, or several cards I've had. Jason Dominguez, future maybe of the Yankees. Obviously not the future, because they have Aaron Judge for a long time. But he'll be a nice complementary piece, because as great as Soto and Judge are, they still need some help. Francisco Lindor could win, dark horse to win MVP, probably go to Shohei, but dark horse to win MVP. As kind of underrated for somebody with that contract in that city. I think it was overblown so much for who he plays for and what he does that people, or who he play, it's been so overblown about his contract and how he didn't live up to it at first, but he's been a really good player and has lived up to it at the very least this year. But I would say he's been a net positive for the Mets since they got him from Cleveland. Gunnar Henderson. So I've gotten a lot of good players, a lot of good future players, great pulls so far. One doesn't have the stats on the back. Runs above average is what this says, talking about how fast he is. I got Bobby Witt and Gunnar Henderson on separate cards, but they're not like, you know, classic standard cards. Victor Robles, he's now there. He is making a great catch in the outfield. He's now on the Mariners, longtime national. And there's that yellow outline they told me to look at when I was opening the box. Then last but not least, and I swear I did not do this on purpose, but Samad Taylor being celebrated as a member of the Kansas City Royals. I remember this walk-off last year he had against the Angels. So I got the 3 teams that I've rooted for my entire life. I got all 3 of their team cards. Out of the 59, what were the odds I got 3 team cards? Or 3 of, I think I got 6, right? 5 or 6, but 3 of them were the 3 teams that I watch and follow closely. I probably won't be following the A's much after they move to Las Vegas. But look at that. I got the Royals, Giants, and A's. And this one's the yellow outline. So I'll have to, I'm kind of a card world noob, but I'm a good baseball fan. I don't know if I'm a good baseball fan, but I'm a big baseball fan. And I wonder if what this yellow outline means. This is my first time opening 2024 packs. So I got the Victor Robles and the Royals. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like any of these? If you want any of these, message me. I'm glad to send them to you. If you found your favorite player, if you found a relative, if you found somebody you liked, let me know. I'm more than happy to send them to you as long as it's not one of the Giants ones, because I will not give those up, or that Royals one, or even that A's one special to me. But any of the players are free game. If you guys want one, let me know. If you made it this far, I'm sure you're a big baseball fan. So yeah, if you want me to do more of these in the future, let me know. I know I have one loading, waiting, if you guys want to see that, from 1991, a pack that I opened a couple weeks ago. But I wanted to do this one first because it's a little more recent. Have a good one, guys.